mir so oder werden die Rationen kleiner? Von Suppe werde ich einfach nicht satt. Ich hätte gern was Süßes. Ich weiß noch, dass ich einige Male aufgemacht habe. Wer weiß, was das war. Ich würde meine Eltern sofort gegen ein Stück Brot tauschen. Ja, und als hätte die Versorgung. Zumindest weiß man, wo man suchen muss, wenn Rationen verschwinden. Der ist eine Dose Zwiebeln in 10 Sekunden.
Das ist einfach ein Fettsack. Es ist ein Wunder, dass der sich so schnell bewegen kann. Er isst, als gäbe es keinen Morgen. Ihm stimmt das wahrscheinlich sogar. Er hat deswegen schon Spitznamen bekommen.
Rationen sind auch nicht mehr das, was man war. Muss er natürlich nach Hause.
Jeg er i feil etasje. Hvor er?
Solveig?
Mamma?
Hva gjør du her?
Fulgt etter deg. Prøver å redde livet ditt.
Ja, det finnes viktigere ting.
Det syns ikke jeg. Bli med hjem.
Solveig? Du kan ikke dra hjem. Tyskerne bygger noe forferdelig. Vi må finne ut hva det er. Jeg og du, vi er nødt å stoppe det. Kom igjen, følg meg.
Hva har skjedd? Skadet de deg?
Nei, Weber våger ikke. Jeg er for verdifull for han. Det kommer flere soldater. Vi må unngå dem.
Vi burde bare dra. Hvor skal vi?
Jeg må finne noe viktig. Følg meg. De kommer snart. Pass døra opp.
Skynd deg! Tyskerne, de kommer!
Bare et par sekunder til. Fant det.
Det kommer flere. Vi må dra.
Ikke ennå. Men finn ut hva som foregår.
Har du funnet det? Hvorfor det? Dette er ikke vårt ansvar. Vi må komme oss ut.
Du skjønner det fortsatt ikke. Vi må stoppe dem fra å produsere mer tungt vann. Jeg tar meg av kontrollene her. Du må gå ut og stoppe sentralen.
Hva snakker du om?
De store metallboksene utenfor. Ikke kast bort mer tid. Gå! Vi møtes på brua.
Ich nahm einige Schlucke und verband. Dann ging ich zurück in den Graben. Die Nacht. Tatsächlich so. Blut ist noch nicht aufgekommen.
crikey. Sorry. So apparently I had the mic mute. Crap. Excuse me. I'm fighting off a cold. I had the mic mute button when I wrapped up last night. I guess I had the mic mute button pressed on my Elgato Stream Deck. So that would explain why so many people have popped into the live stream and left. Thank you very much, Zach, for being the one to speak up and tell me. I guess I should have double-checked that during pre-flight. But I made the assumption that since I walked away from it with the mic working last night, that it was fine. But I didn't actually physically inspect the Elgato Stream Deck when I sat down and actually started the game up. So just goes to show you, no matter how long you've been doing this, you are always subject to little tiny mistakes. So, oh well, there we go. So as I was saying before you guys could hear me, I'm just chilling this morning, pilling around in Battlefield 5 War Stories campaign. Let's see, how much video did I blow? Well, I couldn't be heard. About 30 minutes. We've all done it, LOL. Yeah. Yeah, and I make life more difficult on myself because I'm constantly switching my streaming rig around in my effort to review different pieces of equipment and be a technical expert on all things streaming. So, but that's also part of the rig is in order to not allow myself to fall into the complacency of setting up one streaming rig and then just leaving it in place. What happened this morning is actually why I do things the way that I do them, because I force myself to constantly have to run through that checklist of setting up a new streaming config. And Zach probably bounced because he thought I was blowing him. I mean, not Zach, but Tylen probably bounced because he thought I was blowing him off. It's not the case at all. So I'm still nursing a bit. Throat's not really sore, but it's obviously scratchy and impacted this morning. But so far, I have not fallen into the actual flu bug. That looks like a dude over there. As I keep mentioning, spatial audio, really good in this game. You definitely hear where the various enemies are, and that's a huge help. So it's not going to help me getting down there. Now, the way that I came up... Alright, so... I already came up the stealthy way. I'm going to hit this tower this time. Now on the other tower I found a sniper rifle. I don't think I'm going to be that fortunate this time. So let's just cause a little mayhem and chaos here by raining some death from above. Yep, here we go. Where are you going, mate? So after this, like I mentioned earlier in the live stream, whoa. My next gaming gig will be to pick up some Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Xbox One. So after this episode, I will, well, I gotta go see Creed 2 with a buddy of mine today, but after that, sometime tonight, I'll start switching the streaming and recording rig over and switching my gaming setup over to my Xbox One, which actually just sits right over there at the console workstation. So So Zach, you're a are you a Black Ops guy, if I remember correctly? Wow, that guy is oh. Wow. Yeah, the flamethrower guys in this game go up spectacularly. Now, what I have not done, a couple things. So I have fallen off these. So I really don't understand how you're supposed to get onto the ladders when climbing down. And that's really aggravating. One of the things I despise in game design. I've seen this a couple times this year where it seems like the game designers, the developers are doing a good job of collision detection for you to get onto a ladder, but coming back down. But yeah, in fact, in Red Dead Redemption 2, I saw this. It's something just non-intuitive about what you're supposed to do to come down the ladder, and you can wind up falling. A Fortnite guy, okay? That works. I won't be writing much. Yeah, no problem, man. I definitely appreciate you just dropping in. That's sometimes why I stream in kind of these weird times. I figure that there are people who do shift work, and I know when I've done shift work, if I'm in a position where I don't necessarily, those times on the night shift, night watch, whatever, where I'm not actually engaged in doing something directly, it's nice to have something on in the background, and I figure it could be music, but why not have a streamer on? Check out some video gameplay. Especially if it's a game, that's relatively new, that people may not have seen. So during the work week, often I will stream at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And depending on what service I'm on YouTube, that seems to catch a lot of people. Well, let's go ahead and make some things noisy here, why don't we? Oh, he's running. All right. But yeah, in particular on YouTube, if I stream at like 4 a.m., I tend to see a lot of people drop by. It also sometimes catches the Europeans and sometimes people in Russia, and some of the Asian countries who, for them it's their early afternoon, mid-afternoon. You get a lot of people dropping by then. Now this is interesting because one of my criticisms of this game up through these early stages has been that there's not really, that even though they present the notion that you can come at objectives from a few different vectors, the reality is that it's a pretty linear funnel, particularly in the North African states. They just kind of funnel you through these trenches to get to your objectives. This at least has some covert space on the side of the main path. Although, as I mentioned, it doesn't appear that terrain and cover have anything to do with whether or not you're detected. It all seems to be proximity detection or alerts for your detection for the enemies. Now, of course, I took the guys out in the towers when I ingressed this mission area. I don't know if they've been respawned. Of course, I hate being funneled across a bridge. That appears... Yep, so we got a sniper rifle here, so let's go and pick that up. Very nice. There's also some weird funkiness in picking up ammo, because I've seen... in a couple cases, you pick up different weapons by pushing and holding R. But in some cases, I've seen them tell you to hit E. Oh, I've still got the other sniper rifle. So actually, I need to look to ditch one of these and get something that's a little more suited for close quarters combat. Car 98K. So yeah, I want to hold on to the Gerwer. Yeah, grease gun. That works. Not sure what the point is in you turning off the phonographs that you see around the base, but that's fine. So this is Battlefield 5, Zach. The new iteration of Battlefield from DICE Studios within the EA publishing house. I think I just went backwards. What I do want to do is I do want to take down this. Doesn't appear like there's any Germans over here to set this thing off, but just in case, let's go ahead and disable the alarm. And what I was saying before is I picked this game up when I got back from Thanksgiving break. But because I first wanted to put in some time with Civilization 6 on the Nintendo Switch, I hadn't gotten a chance to play this yet. So that's another new sniper rifle. And that appears to be even nicer. So we'll pick that up. Okay. So that's really aggravating. Like, I don't know how she's supposed to get on this ladder. It's not really a very particularly well designed methodology for getting on the ladder, is to basically fall off of it and then try and grab it on your way down. So that's where I picked up the suppressed pistol before. Oh, no. Well, that's weird. It had me going in the complete opposite direction, right? And now it's... I mean, so Astrid is back here. This is definitely the way that I ingress the camp. I thought it had me heading to the outskirts of the camp. Now I just want to get this done. I spend a lot of time. Maybe I am. Maybe this is the way that I came. Maybe this is backing me out to the way where I came from. So it looks like what the game has maintained is the fact that I cleared out these spaces before. It has not repopulated them. Alright, just trying to make sure that the live stream is not going to get interrupted here. I appreciate the... So this is weird. I mean, So this is definitely... I mean, I just ingressed this to get to Astrid in the first place. Why is it having me go all the way back here? I mean, in fact, I just came over this section. It's really weird. I wonder if I was just reading a HUD queue incorrectly. That'd be a bit strange to make that kind of a mistake. But now I'm not getting any... Definitely not getting any indication on the HUD to head back in the other direction. Feels like they're sending me right back into the belly of the beast by following this blue pip. Now, I wonder, I mentioned that what I was really hoping was this was not going to turn into a dumb escort mission. I wonder if what's going on is this idiotic AI is hung up on a wall or something. I got a feeling that's what's going on. Switch to the grease gun. I has she not? Oh man, have I found a glitch that's breaking the game? Can't do any friendly fire apparently. So I'm getting no indication of where to go to rendezvous with her at the bridge. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. Great. I'm gonna need to actually reload the checkpoint. I'm really not certain what else to do here. Seems like something is definitely broken. Alright, let's restart the checkpoint. If I have to restart the whole mission over, I'm going to be really angry. But as far as I can tell, something was definitely broken. Again, I'm getting no directional indication of where to head. Alright, so now it's got me back to rendezvous at the bridge. 500 meters straight ahead. Since I've blown a lot of time, we're not going to mess around with a lot of stealth approaches here. Not sure what it's going to do about restocking enemy resistance either. Oh, you can equip the skis? Okay, we'll do that. The ski approach into this area, I will admit, that dude just didn't want anything to do with me on skis. It was one of the more, oh, come on, come on. Great. Just got lit up. Less than graceful here. I'm skiing, fools. Go! Oh, don't tell me that I'm stuck. Okay, can you unequip the skis? Yes, okay, that's good. Okay, that is straight down into a trench. I guess that's the bridge we need to rendezvous at. So I don't know what caused this thing to break. And maybe it was the fact that I just didn't stop at the bridge, but went directly across it.
Kom igen.
Yeah, that's what it did. I skipped a cinematic break point. It's a little aggravating.
Nå med sjansen. Bort. Før de kommer sikkert et bur. Selvfølgelig etter de. Dette er vår vei ut.
So Zach, what do you do, man? What's got you working on a Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning? If you don't mind me asking. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to respond in public chat, that's fine too. I can ask you that in the Facebook group or something.
Es reicht! Es reicht! Nok død!
På tide å åpne øynene! Ikke hva som skjer her! Du vil ikke være en del av dette, løytnant.
Stopp! Vær så snill! Senk våpnene! Og kommandoen! Og kommandoen!
Solveig! Det er kommando. Det er datteren min.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting theatrical twist. I didn't expect that.
Lastebilene.
ikke en dråpe. Forstår du? Jeg elsker deg.
That's annoying. Yes, I think Zach was talking about where the game was broken and I had to go back and run all the way back to this point just to hit the cinematic breakpoint. 3D design for a shipyard, primarily Navy destroyers. Huh. So are you, that's interesting. So I did 12 years in the Navy as a cruiser destroyer guy. Very cool. Very cool work. I guess you got a deadline or something coming up. That must be what's got you in early this morning. Delivery the satchel to the dead drop. Are you kidding me? That's a little aggravating. Because if you're not going to have something like a body temperature management system like throughout the game, why would you invoke it here? Just as like a random gameplay factor. Let's pick that up. Been working 7 days a week for 45 days now, finally getting a break on Christmas Eve. Yeah, so I remember, yep, I know when you're up against the deadline, ship's got to get out of the yard or has to launch or whatever on time. I did time. Oh, I didn't realize I'd set that dude on fire. So I did time in a Newport News shipyard, I guess twice, if I remember correctly. And then a lot of time out of the shipyard in Mississippi. That was after I got out, though. That was as a contractor. I'm not quite certain where I'm going to hit the point where I can make this break and turn right. To get to whatever this next waypoint is. Here we go. I've been there, Ingalls in Mississippi and in Bath, Maine, right? So no, I didn't do. I mean, I went up to Bath one time to ride a ship for sea trials, but I didn't actually. I wasn't actually on anything out of there. Shotty took out 2 dudes. Very cool. Yeah, I would not wish that life in Bath, Maine on anyone. I was up there in December of one year, and that was a, what is this thing hitting me through the house? There's that a machine gun nest way across the way. It's eating me up. Jeez Louise. You can't get inside this little building? How is this a building with no door? How is this a building with no door? And now she's freezing cold, and I'm gonna... What a crap. Come on, man. 14 years in the Army, too. This is where I live and grew up. Looks like your video game. Yeah. Oh, so you're in Bath now. Yeah, like I said, man, it's a bleak winter. Lots of good lobster, though. I envy you guys that. I ate at one place that was on like a seafood restaurant out on a little island. It was like you'd be driving along this little tiny highway and then you'd hook a right out onto a bridge. Yes, sir. Okay, cool. And you would literally be off the mainland. I guess technically in the wherever that little island was, I guess it was technically the furthest east point of the continental United States. Oh, he dropped a mortar there. Guess I need to be watching my time. Now I'm getting hypothermia. Give me the rifle. I guess one thing this does is it forces you to keep moving. It's aggravating as... That's aggravating. So we're going to be playing and replaying this section several times. Like I said, I guess what this element of game design does is it does force you to keep moving. What just aggravates me is you would think that they would have a fire. Would you... Pick up the MP40. Come on, get moving. It's really just their time to... What? Why didn't she melee him? Come on, come on. Where do I have to go to drop off this damn satchel? Oh, but you guys have a fire. So foolishly, I'm going to have to run directly at this damn machine gun nest. Just because I know that I got to get close to this fire. Grenade. Yeah, but it's good hearing that that's where you are, Zach, because that will it's pretty chilly here too. But that will definitely cause me to suppress any of my complaints about the temperatures here today. And those guys have some long range on whatever it is they're shooting at me. I'm not certain what these collectible areas are either. Now, are these tangos over here? Come on. Gosh, the flipping reloads on this thing. That's probably my fault. I need to just get better at using knives, too. Is that... Oh, did we just find a tract? Yes! Oh, can you not? Oh, blad nabbit. That would have been so awesome if I could have gotten that little thing. Alright, here we go. Why am I not able to run? Why am I not able to run? Are you kidding me? I'm also not able to switch weapons at this point for some reason. It's got me locked into some kind of goofy mini game. I hate stuff like this. Can't reload, can't switch weapons. Oh, that's not going to be good. And this is probably where I'm going to have to wrap up. Unfortunately, I got to do a little church time this morning before I head over for the movie.
Mamma.
Let's go ahead and get through this section because I definitely don't want to have to play through this again whenever I do come back and start up. Hopefully I can at least hit the next checkpoint. Where we've gotten past all this foolishness.
Mamma. Ikke gå.
And I do praise DICE for some of their theatrics in this, but it's a very weird mix of really making the game very gamey and intermixing that with some dramatics that I don't know comes off very well overall. I kind of rather you just have me be in a really gamey shooter, which is what they do to you at some points with funneling you through some of these points. Like forcing you to run and gun and be a bullet sponge through some of the sections. But then trying to like create these really dramatic set pieces as well. I kind of wish you'd do one or the other.
Just Våkn up!
I would like to push it a little further, but if I wrap up now, I have a pretty comfortable amount of time to get ready and be at church on time. Without needing to get my blood pressure up trying to rush.
Solveig, våkn up!
Or at least this piece is not like a stupid mini game. So you're not just sitting here doing mechanics for the sake of mechanics. Cannot say that about Red Dead Redemption 2. There's definitely a bunch of silliness in that game. Alright, come on, let's wrap this up. So when we start off that arc of I keep wanting to say Age of Odysseys or Age of Empires, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I will be on a new streaming config. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to rig up for this next time through. So I'll be breaking down this camera and microphone and everything else that we're using to live stream this morning. Setting up something different.
Som du kan se de vedlagte dokumentene situasjonen enda verre enn vi trodde. Fabrikken produserer tungtvann, en nøkkelingrediens I en ny, forferdelig bombe som tyskerne utvikler. De transporterer det til Tyskland I morgen, og vi må stoppe dem.
Okay, so it's just a big bomb. The way Astrid, her mother, was talking earlier in this, I thought they were making like the Ubermensch or some kind of weird Wolfenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of creature.
Millioner av liv ligger nå I dine hender. Ta vare på datteren min, Solveig. Hun yngre enn hun tror hun og hun bedre enn hun aner. Livet hennes og livet til alle våre barn avhengig av at vattnet aldri når Tyskland.
Again, like, that's a great scene there. So I feel like there's a little more meat here to the north than there is in the North African campaign. We're definitely at the halfway point, though.
De henter tungtvannet fra lageret. Jeg må ødelegge alt som er der.
That North Africa war story was only maybe 2.5 hours worth of gameplay.
Tyskerne har informasjon om
I'm pretty sure it's probably about the same amount here.
Jeg må ødelegge det.
All right, well, this is where we're going to hold up. Thanks so much for everybody who happened to swing by and join in on the live stream. Thanks so much, Tylen. Thanks so much, Zach. Anybody else who happened to swing by, I apologize that my mic was out for the first 30 minutes. I will definitely make an effort to add to the checklist to check the Elgato Stream Deck and make sure I don't have anything blanked out in the future. So like I said, that's going to do it for me for this episode of My Gaming Diary. We will be back in a couple days starting up Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Xbox One. Until then, happy hunting, take care of yourself, stay safe out there, play the games that you like, and stream the games that you love. Always feel free to stop by here and gather around the virtual campfire, take a seat on the couch, bring your favorite beverage, and swing by here and engage in the conversation about comics, games, movies, tech, and TV. But most of all, come here for love of game. Once again, my name has been Agasically Stamus from PureWorks.com, the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube, and the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube, and now the For Love of Game page on Facebook. We will be here all month in the month of December, and then I will be deciding where I am going to take the Rounding Off Infinity Winnebago for the month of January, and where I'm going to be doing live streams from then. It's been a slightly unusual 3 months, October, November, and now December, where I have streamed from the same service for 3 months in a row. That almost never happens. I generally rotate as part of my testing of streaming hardware, software, and services. So we will see where the die may lie. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. That's going to do it for me. The stream is now ending, and I will let the Elgato Stream Deck take you out.
With such love, I see you in the sunshine, shining up above. You feel so special now, with sand upon my feet as we walk around the town. I love to see you smile. I love to touch your sun. I love to feel a warm wave splashing upon me. I got you, you got me. This is where we want to be. Living it up in the sunshine. Fast cars, you take me for a ride. You make me feel so special, like you all the time. We'll watch the sun go down, sand up on my feet while we're playing around.